Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Leonard and welcome back to Season 3 of the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast, where we provide domestic violence education, empower survivors, advocate for healthy relationships, and promote a resilient lifestyle. On today's episode, we will be talking about self-care. Self-care is important for all of us. It's a great way to build and practice resilience, and as a way of healing from difficult or traumatic experiences. Self-care sounds very simple, but can be difficult in practice, especially if we don't value ourselves as we should and have the belief that we don't deserve it. Broadly, self-care is taking care of yourself in the ways that bring you the most comfort and joy, emphasizing your physical, mental, and emotional health and well-being. Remember that self-care is not selfish, it is healing. Self-care preserves your well-being so you can help take care of others if you need to, kind of like on a plane, how you're instructed to put on your oxygen mask before helping someone else with theirs. Self-care does not have to be anything huge if you don't want it to be. Start with small things you can add to your life and develop a more in-depth routine as you go. This starts with the basics. Are you eating regularly? Do you get at least 7 hours of sleep each night? Are you physically active the majority of the week? There are many more ways we can practice self-care, so let's dive in. So we're going to start off with ways we can practice more physical forms of self-care. One way we can take care of ourselves physically is by getting regular exercise. This can be a struggle if you don't enjoy physical activity, but find something you love and it will get easier with time. Try going for a walk, swimming, tennis, Pilates, yoga, or whatever way you enjoy moving your body. It is also important to eat healthy meals on a regular basis and to stay hydrated. This keeps our bodies fueled to be the best we can be. We can also practice self-care by prioritizing sleep and creating a bedtime routine you look forward to. Having a routine could look like taking a shower, washing your face, getting in clean pajamas, and reading a book, and then getting at least 7 hours of sleep each night. Physical self-care can also look like meditation or breathing exercises. If you aren't feeling your best, meditating or focusing on your breathing can ground you and bring you back to feeling normal in your body. This can help us both mentally and physically. You may also enjoy physical acts of self-care like drinking tea or coffee and taking a little bit of time to really enjoy it and appreciate the peace of that moment. Another way to physically practice self-care is to do something with your hands. This could be knitting, baking, cooking, or trying a new DIY project that brings you joy. You could also practice self-care by getting out of the house and finding a new hobby. You could volunteer, join an adult sports league, go to church, try a new exercise class, or work from a coffee shop if you can. We can also practice self-care in ways that practice good mental and emotional health. One way to do this is by journaling. Journaling helps us get our thoughts out and to see them on paper. This can help us physically get them out of our body and be able to reframe them by seeing them written out. We can also set goals and priorities for our lives. This could be daily, weekly, monthly, or annually, whatever works best for your lifestyle. Setting goals and priorities helps us to identify our motivations and create the change we want to see in our lives. Having a goal helps us to become motivated. Practicing gratitude is another great way to practice self-care. Keeping something like a gratitude journal is something I really enjoy doing because it helps us to focus on the positive things in our lives. It can be really easy to fall into only seeing negativity in the world, especially after experiencing something traumatic. Gratitude allows us to keep focusing on the things we do have and creates a mindset of abundance. Another way to practice self-care that benefits our mental and emotional health is with positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are positive statements that can be used to boost self-esteem. These can be anything from I am beautiful and I am kind to I am strong and resilient and I attract positive energy. If you pray, this is another way to practice self-care. Praying can unload our worries and thoughts onto another being or energy. It can also give us hope and faith that the best is yet to come and that our experiences will be used for a greater purpose. Avoiding stress is another way we can practice self-care for our mental and emotional health. This could look like avoiding things, people, or places that you know are triggers, taking breaks from social media, or learning to say no when you need a day to physically and mentally rest and recover. We can also practice self-care by participating in activities that allow us to relax. One way you may want to do this is by playing a game or doing a puzzle. This helps us to focus on a task rather than any physical sensations or spiraling thoughts of anxiety we may have. Watching a TV show or movie could do the same thing by directing our thoughts to a plot that is not our own. Relaxation could also involve lighting a candle or diffusing essential oils. Using our senses, like smell, can allow us to be brought back to a familiar and comforting place in our minds. For extroverts, being social may help you to relax. Call a friend, go out to dinner, visit family, or plan a trip with others when you can cherish time together and focus on enjoying that moment. Being creative can also help us to relax, even if you don't see yourself as an artist. You may want to try drawing, painting, cooking, or coloring an adult coloring book, which is my personal favorite. So those are some ways we can practice self-care to prepare us to live a more resilient lifestyle. It is my goal with the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast to create a community of survivors and a greater community that is more knowledgeable about domestic violence so we can end the cycle once and for all. Love Doesn't Hurt aims to be another resource people can use to understand their experiences, get help, and know they're not alone. If you need immediate help, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or text START in all capital letters to 88788. You can also visit their website, thehotline.org, for more information. If you enjoyed this episode or learned something new, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. If you would like to support the podcast, I would really appreciate you giving it a 5-star rating wherever you listen. Also, be sure to follow Love Doesn't Hurt on Instagram and Facebook. With that being said, thank you for listening to the Love Doesn't Hurt podcast. I hope you all have a great day, and remember, spread love everywhere you go.